So that's a bit of spaghetti bolognese happening as we speak. And look up. Hey, that's nice. My car's overheating. My car's overheating. My van engine is overheating. It's at half. It's at halfway. That's a bit too high. That's a bit too high. So the water, I've got to top it up anyway every few days. Not much, just a little bit. And the oil, the fluids are fine. So if the fluids are fine and it's still hot and there's no massive hills, because I'm pretty heavy back there, and if there's no massive hills and if I'm not speeding and really thrashing the motor, then there's no reason for this to be right on middle or even a bit higher. I saw it before, it was even a bit higher than the middle. And that's too high. It's not urgent, but it is a warning sign. That's going to take at least half an hour, maybe an hour, on slow boil. Get that meat nicely, gently cooked. Here I am with a bit of vodka, and I did my 5-day fast, and today's the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. That's around when I ate last. So that was five full days ago. So I am now going to mangia. I'm gonna break my fast. I'm gonna have. I couldn't find any zucchini. In the store where I am, in a town called Mandabera. You got to say it with an Australian accent to get it right. Mandabera. But you use Italian Parmesan cheese in Australia. We all do. Now look at this countryside. Is it not perfected? Is it not exactly how it should be? Except for all the fences. But I digress. I'll let them have their way. They can have their way. They can put their fences up. So this is the break fast, the big one. So I'm going to really enjoy that, and I'm going to look at that mess. The worst part's going to be cleaning up. I've got vinegar spray, just some water, and you put some vinegar in it, and the acidicness in it just cuts all the grease, and it's so cheap and quick and easy. I only bought this one. This is already prepared, and it cost me $7, but I really like the spray. So I like this bottle. So it cost me $7, but I've got plenty of vinegar in the car. So vinegar and water, when this is empty, I'll refill it for the next 10 years. And hopefully it won't break. And there's the beast. As you can see, I've got a new tyre. See that tyre? The tinfoil hat is gone. I had a tinfoil hat, the silver Reflectix, and I only did it just to protect the old tyre. But I got a flat yesterday, and I woke up in the morning and took off from Gunneradar, and took off, and I heard this rumbling sound, like what the hell? Has my diff dropped out or something? And sure enough, it wasn't the diff, it was a flat tyre. And I completely damaged it because I drove it, because there was nowhere to change the tyre. So I drove the car all the way. It was about 300 metres to a service station, and there was a mechanic there. So that's the new tyre. But in my efforts, while thinking about spending the $200, $100 for the tyre, $50 for the repair and the replacement, but I was trying to do it myself, and I've changed a tyre before. I'm not exactly incompetent, but I changed the tyre before. But these Mazda tyres, anti-clockwise on everything mechanical, anti-clockwise means you're unscrewing a nut. But on this Mazda, on this side, not the other side, just on this side, this Mazda, clockwise is unscrewing, because Mercedes do it too. They decided that the rotation of the wheel actually turns in support of tightening the screw rather than loosening the screw. So I can see it's smart, but I don't see many wheels just falling off because of that. So I don't know. Anyway, so what happened was I was standing on it. I had my iron wrench and I was standing on it and finally got it to move, but it wouldn't loosen. And I turned it again, and I turned it a whole 3 turns. I think this has got to start giving in. And sure enough, this happens. And it went pop. Can you see that? It went pop, and the actual bolt started threading through the top of the metal. I threw it away anyway. I should have kept it as a memento of my stupidity. But there's 6 here and there's 5 left. That's 83%. 83%, you get 83% on any test in any country in the world, and that's an A. So I don't think that, even though that's the traction wheel too, so that's where all the energy goes to from the motor, which isn't much because it's a slow car. But that wheel now has only 5 instead of 4 bolts, which not worried at all. Not worried at all. It cost $100 to get it. They said they could just order a new bolt and drill out the old one. I don't know how they were going to do it. But I would have been stuck there for 2 days until the bolt came, and I will go right around Australia in this car, and that will never bother me again. But I am not adequate. This has taught me a lesson, and lucky I was in town when this happened, because this has taught me a lesson in regards to changing wheels. With that vehicle, I've got everything in there except a tyre iron, and I assumed when I bought it, who checks? I don't check. I rarely have flat tyres. But anyway, I had a flat tyre with that one, and so that caused a bit of concern, and there was no tyre iron there, so I had to use my own ratchet set, which is a lot more flimsy, a lot less leverage, not as long, so less leverage. But it would have helped if I'd have known that I should have been turning clockwise to loosen, not anti-clockwise. But anyway, happy with that. It's done, and so I've got a new tyre. I put the new one on there. It would have cost me more money. I don't know. They probably would have done it for free, but I would have had to, because they put the tyre in situ, and then they drove me to their shop, and then they said, "Do you want us to put the new tyre on?" I said, "No, just leave that. That's fine. We'll save the new tyre for the looks, because everyone thinks it's all new now." So anyway, pass the time in about 1 hour, I reckon. Now this is for a man that hasn't eaten in 5 days, so it might not look delectable to you with a metal camping plate, and the pasta looks a little bit sort of bland. But for me, and here's my sauce. Here's the sauce. And now comes the part where we join the sauce with the pasta. I'm going to be greedy. This is about 3 days worth, I think. I'll just put the lid on and put this back on. And put this back on put it in the fridge when it cools. Don't want to spill any, but I'm going to be very generous on this first night. Really cut into it. Look at all that. And it's just onions, garlic, tomato paste, olives, Did I say onions? And that's it. And a whole lot of flavouring like Italian herbs and garlic and stuff like that. So the lights have just come on, so perfect timing, guys. Thanks for that. Whoever looks after that side of things. It's probably on auto. Right, so watch a man eat. Oh, the cheese. I forgot the cheese. Mounds of plastic Parma. Couldn't even find real Parma. It's probably got flour in it, so it doesn't stick together. And that's what the final meal looks like. You reckon I'll eat all that? I think I will. I think I will eat all this. And it's too hot. Oh, peppery. I put enough pepper in there. Meaty. The pasta is just al dente, it's just right. Rightly cooked. I like the fettuccines though, I don't like the thin stuff. I like the wide fettuccines. But you know, I'm off. This is the past. I'm revisiting the past. I won't be eating like this all the time. I'll find new recipes that I'll start to enjoy, but for now this is what I got for my breakfast. So, I'm going to finish. See you later.